Hi Stampers, this is Lisa Olson. I am going to attempt to show you in this video our January 2022 card. I know Tammy's done our videos in the past and she's done a wonderful job, so I'm going to try to do this. Please be kind. It's my first time. This month's card was brought to us by Lynn McCune. It's a wonderful, never-ending card. It sounds really difficult and it looks difficult, but once we break it down today, hopefully you'll find it much simpler and it'll be something you'll want to use over and over. It's really a fun card and it's really impressive for the people you want to give it to. So for the card, you're going to want to have your scoreboard, a bone folder, ruler, something to mark with, your paper trimmer, and your favorite adhesive. I'm going to use glue since I'm challenged when it comes to lining things up. So I like to have a little bit of give to move things around a little bit. So you're going to start with your kit, and you should have 4 pieces of black paper. They should be 3 by 6. And you're going to want to just kind of stack them and make sure that they are matched up, that they're really the same size. That's going to be important as we're making our card to get our mechanism and our folds to work correctly. It's real important to have them the same size and to have the scores lined up. So we're going to start with these 4 pieces of black paper. You're going to start by scoring them. You want to take each one and score them at 1.5 and 4.5. All right, once you have them scored, you're going to want to fold them and kind of work them back and forth a little bit. Get them really working when they fold here. Okay, so then we're going to take 2 of the pieces and we're going to stack them. And we want to stick them together somehow. I didn't mention that in the beginning, but you're going to need something to kind of stick them temporarily together just to keep them straight. I've got a little Post-it flag that I'm going to use and just put it there to hold them. Then you want to take some sort of marking tool. I've got a little white pencil here so that you can see what I'm doing on the black paper. And you want to measure down about 1 inch on each corner that you're working with. And you'll see why in a minute. It's just kind of a helpful hint that Lynn gave us to make sure that you don't glue where you don't want to glue, or tear tape, or whatever kind of adhesive you're using. Okay, so once you have that marked, and you can even just make a mark with your bone folder if you like, you're gonna start gluing or taping. And what I found helpful is to kind of lay these next to it, and that way you can see. Eventually, we're going to be putting this on top, so you can kind of see you want to glue only in this section on each corner so that you're not coming down below that score mark, or else you're going to have your card sticking where you don't want it to stick. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. I'm going to start on one side both of these corners. And I'm going to do my best to line it up here. I want it even on the side and at the top and the bottom as best I can. And I'm going to press into that glue. Okay, and when we do this side, we're going to be marking it, or we're going to be matching it here in the middle. So we want it to bump up, but we don't want it to overlap at all. So I'm going to glue this side. All right. Again, that's why I like to use glue, because I can kind of wiggle around until it feels like it's matching up just right. All right, that's pretty close. So I'm going to press that down. Okay, I did get a little bit off there, but all right. So now we want to make sure that this is good and dry before we start folding it, so that it doesn't come apart. If you're using tear tape or something like that, you won't have to worry about that. But you do want to let it dry. And so I'm going to take one that I did earlier, and since it's dry, now once you have it dry, you can start opening it up, and you're going to want to burnish it on all your folds. So when you open it, these are going to need to be smoothed down. You can just take your bone folder and break them in, and the next fold. And the next, until everything folds. Now, you notice that kind of hung up there. When you get your card ready to start opening it, if you notice that anything is kind of hanging over or not quite right, you're going to want to trim that off so that your card works well. It'll save you a lot of effort later if you just have it and do it now. And I'm just going to shave just a little bit off of there, so there's nothing to hang up. You can see it's just a tiny bit, but it'll help. All right, so now once you have it folding and it's folding smooth, you'll want to do it a few times just to make sure that it's really working smoothly. Now comes the fun part. You've got your never-ending card, and you can decorate it. So I have one that I've already decorated. I kept it really simple. We had a lot of black and white paper in class, and so we just chose different black and white papers to decorate, and there were stickers and things. So you can, the dimensions are on the instructions, so you can put paper on these squares, those squares, or you can choose to leave some squares empty. You can mat the paper. There's dimensions there for matting it and then putting your decorative paper on top. So you can really do, you can put stickers here. You can really do anything that you want with this card. It's totally up to you and your imagination. I have another example here that I did as a birthday card. I don't have it open right, but I decorated it with birthday theme and put my message here so that I could sign it there. I've done another card where it was a Father's Day card, and I changed the dimensions. That's the other great thing about this card, is once you're used to the mechanism and how it works, it's much easier to change dimensions if you want. You could keep it a square card like we had at the 6x6. You could make it a 3x3 card. You could make it a 4x4 card and just change the dimensions proportionately. This I made into a 4¼ by 5½, so a standard A2 card. And I just decorated each one, used some stickers, used some little lettering, you know, little stamps with words, and then of course had a place for my message. So this card has endless possibilities. It's only limited by your imagination. It's a great card, and I hope you've enjoyed it.